Hey Crafty Mavens, it's Vanessa here with a Sketch It layout for today. And today I am going to be using all just products from my stash. I kind of just went through and pulled some different pieces of pattern paper and some embellishments that I thought I might use on this layout. I really wasn't pulling from any specific kit. I was really inspired by that basic gray floral paper, and so that's kind of where I kind of pulled what I was going to use on this layout from, was basically the colors in that, and just I really wanted to use that piece of pattern paper. So the first thing here that I'm going to do is take that. It is by Art Alchemy, I believe, and it's called Opal Magic, and it's a pink color. And it has like a sheen to it. It almost, when it shines in the light, it makes it like a green, kind of have a bit of a green turquoise color as well as a pink. It's a very cool paint. I just watered it down and did some splatters on my white cardstock background that I was using just to add some interest. It was really just subtle. I just wanted something extra in the background, so it wasn't just a plain sheet of white cardstock. Now, you saw the sketch that I'm using at the beginning of the video, and for this one, I actually kept this whole layout very simple, and I stayed pretty true to the sketch and the way it's laid out and where the papers are. And so you'll see as we go that, yeah, I don't deviate very much from the sketch, and even my embellishing is very, very simple. This layout came together really fast because I didn't really add too much embellishment to the page. So the splatters is about one of the only things that is not in the sketch that I kind of added. So I've gone and matted my photo, which is just a picture of my puppy, and she was probably about 1 in this picture, and she is just getting ready to have a little snooze. And so I snapped this little picture of her while she was laying on the couch one day. And so that is what I'm scrapping today, just a cute little photo of her. And so here I am taking all the pattern papers that I showed at the beginning, and I am just cutting them up roughly to match what the sketch has for the different pieces of pattern paper. So there's that floral. I'm going to use one of the squares behind the photo. I have those strips down at the bottom, which is the floral, and then the back side of that floral is that diamond green paper that I'm going to use down at the bottom as well, and also up at the top as part of my paper layers underneath my photo. So I'm just kind of measuring this one out and kind of evening up the sides. It was a bit wonky from having been cut for other layouts in the past, so I was just sort of squaring it up a little bit better. And I am just taking, like I said, all these other really just scraps that I had in my scrap paper bin, and I just pulled scraps for color. And so that is what I've done, is basically just cut all those different pieces of paper to match what the sketch called for. And I decided I would just create a couple of tags, because there were tags in the sketch that were used in sort of where the clusters on my layout are going to go. So here I'm just creating from just an offcut of a piece of pink paper. I'm just creating a tag by placing another tag over top and just cutting along to match the tag, you know, to make the shape of the tag at the top, because that's really all you're going to see of that pink one. So I went ahead and did that, and then just cut a reinforcer hole with a hole punch in the top of the tag. And here I'm taking a 3x4 journaling card, and I'm also going to create this as a tag as well. And that is actually going to go behind my photo like it calls for in the sketch. And I am going to, off camera, put some journaling on that little journaling card. So there is some hidden journaling. It really doesn't have, there's no big story. It's just, I'm just talking about how she was cute laying on the couch and getting ready for a little nap. And so I'll have a little journaling on that behind the photo. So there you see I've done a reinforcer again, punched the circle and put a hole, and then I'm just going to put that reinforcer over the top of that tag. I like to have those just because I feel like it finishes the tag off. And so now I am going to build the background of my page here as we go. I was waiting for the white pattern paper to dry, so what I figured I would do is lay everything out so you could see how it was going to look, and then that way I could let the background dry and I could still build the page out while it was getting, the paint was drying. So here I am just kind of laying out which papers were going to go on top of which papers. And like I said, I'm keeping it very true to the sketch. So the way it's laid out here is pretty much exactly how the sketch calls for. And so I'm tapping my fingers. I have some embellishments that I had pulled, and one of them was this little banner, which was from a Vicky Bouton stamp set. I die cut the banner and then punched it and colored it with some watercolors, and I just had it sitting in a bin on my desk, and so I pulled that because the colors for this layout matched perfectly. And so that will be the banner element that is in the sketch as well. So I like how I'm able to pull just things that were in my random bin of extra things that never made it to a layout. I like being able to pull from that and just get the little embellishment pieces put on layouts. And I have just some labels, like I said, again, all just random little embellishments. And I also had these, I believe they're like a wood veneer butterfly, and I didn't like, they were a dark wood veneer, and so I didn't really like the color, and so I ended up painting them white. And I'm going to use those on this layout in sort of my embellishment clusters and put them in that visual triangle that I typically like to have on my layouts. But first, you're going to see here, I am going to audition a whole bunch of different ideas, and then I'm going to go off camera and glue it all down because my background has finally dried. And you'll see when I come back here in a second that things changed a little bit in the fact that I didn't use all those other kind of embellishments that I pulled originally, and I'm really just going to go with these butterflies. And apart from that, I just pulled some puffy stickers actually from random sets of puffy stickers that I had on my desk. Most of them came from the Hip Kit, and so I just decided to pull those out because the colors matched. The title for this one is going to just simply be Dream, and I'm putting it right down there where it calls for on the sketch, and I'm using those Pink Fresh stickers. Again, I'm just going to finish up the clusters with the butterflies and the puffy stickers, and the last element that I add to the layout are just 3 of these green sparkly enamel hearts. These are from, I believe, Sparkle City, or one of the Chamel collections anyway. And so I end up putting one in each of my embellishment clusters, and that is basically it. So guys, the still photos will be coming up here in a second, and be sure to hop over or make sure you check out the Crafty Maven every day for new inspiration, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.